Good morning. I welcome you to the class, and we are going to continue the same lesson, The Adventure of Toto. Now, children, before explaining the adventure of Toto, before doing the explanation of the second and third paragraph, I would like to explain you something. I would like to tell you the main points of the story. So, let's revise the main important point of the story, The Adventure of Toto, which is written by a very famous writer, as I told you, Ruskin Bond. So, Ruskin Bond, he has written this, and I've already told you about the writer in yesterday's video, a very famous Indian writer of British descent. So Toto monkey is brought. Toto is a small baby monkey, is very mischievous. The narrator grandfathers bought a monkey from a Tonga driver. He cost him, which cost him rupees 5, and it was Toto, and the name of the monkey was kept Toto. Grandfather brought him to keep in his private zoo. Now, Toto has been described by the narrator that he was a very pretty monkey. He had a mischief in his shining eyes. His teeth were white like pearls. His hands were dried up. His fingers were quick, and children, his tail served as a third hand. How? Sometimes, children, if he could not reach, any delicacies by his own hand, he would, children, take it away through by his tail. And so if he want to hang on the branches, so his tail, he used to take it from the help of his tail, and in that way, children, the tail was serving him as his third hand. Well, the grandmother was a person in the whole house who used to make fuss whenever a new animal was brought to the private zoo of the grandfather. Now, let me tell you, children, grandfather, he used to love animals a lot. He was having his private zoo. So many animals like donkey, rabbits, cow, all these things were kept in the zoo. But it was children narrator's grandmother who used to make fuss whenever he added any new animal to the zoo. So when Toto was brought, he did not had a heart to go and tell to the grandmother. He knew she would be very angry. So for the time being, they decided they would keep the Toto. They would hide the Toto in the room. It was near a secret place near the narrator's room. It was a little closet. It opened into the narrator's bedroom. Toto was kept tied to a peg. So, children, it was a little closet, and it opened into the narrator's bedroom. Toto was kept tied to a peg. What is a peg, children? It is a iron or a wooden part through which we tied something. So, children, Toto was kept in a secret place because the grandmother, she used to make a lot of fuss when grandfather added a new animal to his room. So Toto was kept in a zoo. Um, he was kept in a secret place, and it was a little closet. It opened into the narrator's bedroom. Toto was kept tied to a peg. Now, children, when narrator came back after some time to his room, he was in a shock when he saw that what Toto had done. So when he returned after a few hours later, the narrator found a change in his bedroom. Toto had removed the ornamental wallpaper from the wall. So first of all, he had torn all the wallpaper, and children, all the cement and the brick was visible. He had also pulled out the peg. Children, he had pulled out the peg. He also tore up the narrator's school blazer into pieces. Now, children, the narrator was having a blazer. So what Toto had done, it had tore it into pieces. Grandfather, when narrator told to his grandfather, he seems to be very pleased. So instead of saying something to him, he was very happy with Toto's mischief. Now children, but children, finally Toto is transferred to servants' quarter. Toto was now transferred to a big cage. It was in the servants' quarter. Their grandfather's others animal lived sociably. There were a tortoise, a pair of rabbits. So you can see how many animals were there along with Toto. Children, tortoise was there. Then a pair of rabbit was there. The squirrel was there, a pet goat was there. The monkey did not allow them to sleep peacefully. But when Toto was kept in that room, he did not allow to sleep anybody peacefully. Grandfather had to leave Dehradun. Now children, grandfather he used to go to Dehradun and he used to collect his pension from Saharanpur. And now everybody was worried that Toto is creating a lot of trouble for other animals. So who will take care of him if grandfather will go to Saharanpur? Finally, children, it was decided that grandfather will take Toto with him to Saharanpur. So children, a big black canvas kit bag was bought and Toto was kept inside. It was for Toto who was children, that big bag was there, and now Toto has to be put inside that bag. So he put Toto into it. Toto could not take his hand out of this bag. It was too strong for him to bite. Now children, that bag was very strong. It was too strong for him to bite. Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur. Now Toto had to remain in that bag as far as Saharanpur. Grandfather was coming out of the railway station. Toto grinned at the now children. The worst thing happened in the railway station. He kept that bag on the floor of the railway station, and Toto children created a lot of problem for him. He started jumping and rolling inside the bag. Children, when he was rolling inside the bag was also rolling on the platform, and when he was jumping inside the bag was also jumping along with the Toto. So children, everybody was surprised and lot of crowd gathered around the bag in the platform. Finally children, the ticket collector anyhow children, the situation was controlled. Grandfather he took the bag and took inside the train. And the worst thing happened children, when the ticket collector came to see the ticket, to check the ticket of the grandfather. Toto had anyhow a small bit portion of the chain was opened, and when ticket collector came to check the children ticket of the grandfather, Toto grinned. He took out his hand from the chain and he started grinning. Grinning means a broad smile was thrown at the ticket collector. He was taken back. He told grandfather that he had a dog with him. So he told that grandfather is having a dog with him. So he would have to pay ₹3 as fare for this dog. Now grandfather argued with the ticket collector. He told that there is no dog here, but it was in vain. In vain means it was useless. Argued the grandfather that Toto was not a dog. He had his pet tortoise with him also. So he asked the ticket collector how much he should pay for it. The ticket collector said that it was not a dog, so there was no change for that. Now Toto is finally accepted in the house. Now finally children, after a long period, children, it was grandfather was very attached to him, and he also brought Toto. So he thought he should be accepted by everybody in this house, especially the grandmother. Finally children, Toto was accepted in the house. Okay, grandfather gave Toto a comfortable place in the stable. There Toto got Nana. Now Nana was a donkey, a pet donkey of the grandfather, and with him Toto was kept. Now let's see what he had done there. Toto got Nana, the family donkey, as a companion, but Toto continued teasing Nana, and children, one day he bit his ear also. So in this way Toto and Nana were separated and they never became friends. Now Toto was at his mischief again. Now children, once again Toto was at his mischief. So in winter, grandfather gave Toto a large bowl of warm water. It was for him to bath in. Toto would sit inside the bowl. Then he would apply soap on his body and rub all over. When the water became cold, he would come out of it. Then he would run to the kitchen fire to warm himself. If anybody laughed at him, he would refuse to bath. Toto nearly boiled himself alive. Once Toto nearly boiled himself alive, there was a large kitchen kettle left on the fire. It was to boil for tea. Toto decided to remove the lid. He found the water warm to bath. He got in just then. The water began to boil. Toto raised himself a little, but he sat down again. He continued jumping up. Grandmother came and took him out of the kettle. Now Toto mischiefs continue. Toto always made mischief. He tore things to pieces. He tore up the dresses of the aunt of the narrator. One day the narrator found Toto eating rice on the dining table. So uh, grandmother screamed. Toto threw a plate at her. One of the narrator's aunt rushed forward. Toto threw a glass of water at her face. So this type of mischief was now not acceptable by anyone. When grandfather came, Toto ran out with a dish of pulao in his hand to the tree. He ran up to the branches of the jackfruit tree. He threw the dish at grandmother when she screamed at him. Toto is sold back to his original owner. Toto caused much loss in the family. Dishes were broken, clothes were torn to pieces, curtains were torn, wallpaper was torn. The family could not bear this loss again and again. So grandfather sold Toto back to the Tonga driver for only rupees 3. So he had bought for rupees 5 and he had sold Toto for rupees 3. Now children, I've already done half of the chapter and today we will be doing the rest of the lesson. So let's start. So students, we were there at the third last paragraph of the lesson. I've already explained the important points and all the important things which we have done yesterday. We have revised. Now I'm going to start with the third last paragraph here. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evening was a large bowl of warm water given him by grandmother for his bath. Now children, Toto loved to have bath. A large bowl of warm water was given to him by the grandmother and he used to jump in that and he used to take bath. He never used to take bath with cold water. He loved to have bath with the warm water only. So he would cunningly test the temperature with his hand. Now children, Toto was a very clever monkey. Before sitting into that bowl of warm water, first he used to touch the water with his hand. So what he used to do, he used to touch the water with his hand and he used to feel the temperature. He would cunningly test the temperature with his hand, then gradually step into the bath. If he found that water is warm, suitable to take a bath, then he would jump inside the tub then and take a bath. And children, how he would go there? First one foot, then the other. Because children, the writer also used to take bath like that. So first he used to keep one leg, then he used to keep another leg, then he used to go inside the tub. So similarly, Toto also used to do like that, because he had seen the narrator doing like that only. Until he was into the water up to his neck. Once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hands or feet and rub himself all over. And children, once he found after sitting in the tub that the water is quite okay, it's quite warm, so he would take a soap and he would rub all over his body nicely like a human being does. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. Now children, when the water used to become cold and when his body used to feel that the water has become cold, so what he used to do, he used to rush towards the kitchen fire until his body, in order to dry himself, and he used to sit there until his body became dry, sorry. If anybody laughed at him during this performance, Toto's feeling would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. Now children, while taking bath, if anybody used to laugh at him, he he would feel hurt and he would stop taking bath. One day Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. Now children, one incident is described by the narrator where Toto was successfully nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. So children, it was a large kettle. Okay, large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea. So a large kitchen kettle was kept for boiling water. Water was boiling to prepare tea, and Toto, from where we don't know, he came to the kitchen and he decided to remove the lid. Now children, he just removed the lid of that kettle and finally he touched the water with his finger. When he found that the water was a little warm, he jumped inside the kettle to take bath with that warm water. He got in with his hand sticking out from the open kettle. Now children, with his head sticking out from the open kettle, now the kettle was open, so his head was out from the water level. This was just fine for a while. Now for a minute or so everything was fine, but it was kept, the water was kept, remember, on the fire, and children, the temperature was increasing and increasing until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold. So now children, when the water temperature was increasing, he used to raise his body a bit high, but outside it was very cold. So he sat down once again in the water of the boiling of the water of the kettle. He continued hopping up and down for some time until grandmother arrived and hauled him half boiled out of the kettle. And children, he would have burned, he was not able to come out from the kettle, and finally children, grandmother, she came and she took him out. He was half boiled okay, out of the kettle. Well, so in this way he was safe. Now children, another incident of Toto is also being described here where whole family got very upset. So if there is a part of the brain especially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. Now children, what a nice comment here the writer has given, that if there is any part of the brain, okay, which is devoted to mischief, that means which is made only for mischief, so that part was largely developed in Toto. He was always tearing things to pieces, and children, one of his worst habit was that he was always tearing the things into pieces. Whenever one of my aunt came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole in it. So whenever the narrator's aunt was near him, what he used to do, very slowly, children, he used to put his hand on her aunt dresses, on his aunt dresses, and he used to tear, he used to make hole in dress. One day, now another mischievous thing which he has done, in which the whole family got disturbed, and now they were thinking, let's see what happened to Toto at that time. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. Now children, one day at lunchtime, the pulao was prepared, a large dish of pulao stood, the pulao was kept in the dish and it was kept there in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. Now children, when they came inside the room, what did they see? They saw that Toto was eating pulao. He was stuffing himself with pulao. So they were quite upset. My grandmother screamed, my poor grandmother, she could not tolerate, because it was a lunch prepared for everybody and he was just stuffing, he was eating it. So she could not bear this, she started screaming. And children, when she screamed, the worst thing has happened. Toto has thrown a plate to her, in her face. So one of my aunt rushed forward and received a glass of water in the face. Now children, poor grandmother, not a big hurt was there, but one of the grandmother, my aunts, rushed towards Toto and he threw a glass of water on her face. When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through the window. The children, when grandfather arrived, Toto, he did not hurt anything or he did not do anything to the grandfather, but he had taken that large dish of pulao from the window. He went out and he climbed on the tree and he started eating. So when grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through the window. He found him in the branches of the jackfruit tree. The dish still is in arms. So that dish was still there in his arms. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice, determined on finishing every grain, and then in order to spite grandmother who had screamed at him. Now he threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with delight when it broke into 100 pieces. Now children, when he saw grandmother, he started remembering the way she shouted on him. Okay, so just to tease grandmother, because she had screamed on him, he threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with delight, and that children plate was broken to 1,000 pieces. Obviously, Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. Now, children, everybody has started realizing that it is not the pet suitable for keeping it in the house. Even grandfather realized that, and finally, children, who realized? The person who has bought it. Who has bought it? It was the grandfather who has bought it from Tonga driver for ₹5. We were not well to do. Now, children, they were not very rich and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtain, and wallpaper. Every day, children, Toto used to spoil, used to do something which was not good. Sometimes he used to throw dishes used to break, sometimes he used to tear clothes, sometimes curtains, and sometimes wallpaper, and they were not very rich to afford all this thing again and again. So finally, children, even grandfather thought that it is not the type of pet which should be kept in the house, and finally, children, he went to the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for ₹3 only. So children, with this I have completed the lesson, and we will be doing the textual question first. Okay, and then we will do, children, the other type of questions. So first of all, how does Toto came to grandfather private to? Grandfather buys Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of ₹5. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough. The monkey looked out of the place there, so grandfather bought him. So children, question number 1, how does Toto came to grandfather's private zoo? Grandfathers bought Toto from a Tonga driver for ₹5. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough. The monkey looked out of the place there, so grandfather bought him. So this was question number 1. Now I will be telling you about question number 2. Toto was a pretty monkey. In what sense is Toto pretty? Children, generally pretty is the word which we use for girls, not for animals, and especially the animal like Toto. So but here the writer said Toto was a pretty monkey. In what sense is Toto pretty? Grandfather finds Toto bodily pretty Toto has bright, sparkling eyes. There is mischief beneath his deep set eyes. He shows his purely white teeth in a smile. So, first of all, children, his eyes were shining of mischievous, okay, full of mischief. His eyes were shining, which was full of mischief. And children, shows his pearly white teeth in a smile. His teeth, according to the writer, was pearly white teeth. The Anglo-Indian ladies are afraid of his smile. He has quick finger. His tail serves as a little hand. So this is all about Toto. Now question number 3. Why does grandfather take Toto to Saharanpur, and why does ticket collector insist on calling Toto a dog? So grandfather took Toto to Saharanpur because he does not allow other animals to sleep. The ticket collector classified Toto as a dog. He does so because Toto is a four-legged animal. So in this way, children, grandfather ticket collector, he forced grandfather that he is not a monkey, but he will become under the category of a dog, and he has charged a lot of money for that also. Now, how does Toto take a bath? Where has he learned to do this? How does Toto almost boil himself alive? Toto take a bath like a man. He tests the temperature of the water with his hand. He applies soaps and baths. He has learned this after seeing human being bathing. Toto jump into a kettle. It has water for heating. When the water begins to heat up, he tries to come out and jump. Grandmother sees him in time and saves him from being burnt alive. So children, this was Toto. Now, why does the author say Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long? The author says it rightly because Toto creates one problem after the other. He doesn't let other animal in peace. He breaks plates after plate. He tears up clothes, curtain and wallpaper. The family is not a very well-to-do family. They are not very rich. So they can't bear this loss every time. So Toto's is sold back to the Tonga tribe for ₹3. So now children, I will be doing some short questions. Okay. What mischief did Toto make in the narrator's bedroom? Or the other, it can come like that also. Describe the adventure of Toto in the narrator's bedroom. Toto tore up the ornamental paper of the wall. He pulled out the peg to which he was tied. He tore up the narrator's school blazer into several pieces. Surprisingly, the narrator's grandfather was amused with this mischief. So he did not say he might be smiling when the narrator told him. So he did not, he was amused in fact when he heard that what Toto was doing. Why was Toto shifted to another place from the narrator's bedroom? Where was he shifted? What did Toto do there? Toto was shifted to a big cage in the servants' quarter. This was done to keep his presence a secret. There lived grandfather's other pets also. Toto did not allow any of these animals to sleep at night. Describe Toto's stay with Nana, the family donkey. Toto was finally accepted by the narrator's grandmother. He was put in the stable. Toto had fastened onto Nana's long ear with his sharp teeth. Nana was pulling at her halter to keep her head and away from hay. So children, well, the one of other question I would like to discuss, if there is a part of the brain especially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. Explain in 1 or 2 sentences. Toto brain was fully developed for mischief. He always tore up things to pieces. Whenever any of the narrator's aunt came near him, he got hold of her dress and tore a hole in that. So you can see children, everybody was fed up with Toto, and children, it proved that children, the poor monkeys, they are not meant for home. Okay, how nicely they have kept. Even he had bought it from the Tonga driver for rupees, children. He had bought it for rupees 5, and he thought he will add in his zoo, but because of all this thing, he was not kept in the house, and finally he was sold again with rupees 5 to that Tonga driver. So with this, I end my lesson today here. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.